Technology is great, right? Especially when it comes to things like texting and social media. How many of you guys spend a lot of your time on social media? And how many of you sit on your phone all day texting everybody instead of talking on the phone or going to meet with them in person? Exactly. We no longer need to do things like send letters or wait for a certain time to talk to people on the landline. We can now do everything that we need in a second from the palm of our hands. Now, technology is becoming more and more advanced, and things that we thought were actually going to be happening in the future are really happening now, especially when it comes to communication. But with this new technology, communication has become a lot easier. Would we ever stop to think about how it's declining our interpersonal communication? Let's have a look at the history of communication technology. AOL, Prodigy, and CompuServe, which were some of the first emailing sites, came out in 1990 to 1995. And then the first Nokia SMS messaging came out in 1993. And 6 Degrees, one of the first social media sites, came out in 1997. And the first blogging sites came out in 1999. So between 1990 and 2000, we had a huge rise in communication technology. Let's talk about the apps that were created to allow us to communicate from the comfort of our own home. So we have things like Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram, and Snapchat. And then we also have business apps like Skype and HipChat. So some of those first apps allow us to talk with our friends from home, and the other ones actually allow us to attend business meetings from our own home. So we no longer have to actually attend work to go to our business meetings. Now, I did a survey from friends on my Facebook and from the Rhodes State College, and 100% of the people that I surveyed have social media. And 66% of those people have Facebook, 26% have Snapchat, and 5% have Twitter. And 3% have Instagram. Now, they said that they would rather use those social media sites to communicate because it helps them keep in touch with people from before that they met, or it helps them talk to their old friends. And then 77% of people said they would rather text than go out and meet with their friends or talk on the phone because they say that it is better to multitask with. So I guess meeting with your friends and hanging out isn't that big of a priority to some people. Now let's talk about how it limits our social skills. So it's harder for some people to actually keep their social skills that they learned through school because they're so used to staring at their phone and using some slang like LOL and OMG. I cannot tell you how many kids in high school actually spoke that way. And that is because of the advancement of technology. It also makes it to where we have worse eye contact, we cannot speak clearly, and we have compulsion to look at our screen, and it shortens our attention span. For example, the other day I was asking my boyfriend about help on my speech here, and he was sitting there on his phone, and then he lost it laughing because of how true what I am saying is, because he was a pure example. So it also does not allow children to have a lot of social skills. So because they kind of grew up in the age of technology, they, when they're little, their parents get them phones or iPads, or they do like Xbox Live. So they're used to communicating that way rather than communicating in person. And also gives them the inability to read social cues, because now they don't know if people are interested in what they're saying or they have anxiety or whatever it is because they're so used to doing it on the other side of the screen. Now, these facts come from Daniel Campbell, who is from Odyssey. So some pros and cons of some of this communication technology. Some people actually think that it positively impacts their productivity, efficiency, and availability to their employers. And it also helps kids with autism speak. So if they can't talk well, they have a device here that they can type what they need, and then they're able to speak that way. So those are some of the pros of communication technology. But some of the cons are things like it increases irritability and stress from the change of hormones that comes when you look at your screen. It also increases depression and poor face-to-face interaction. There's an article from International Journal of Child Health and Human Development where kids lack motivation for activity due to the overuse of technology. So they would rather be sitting on the couch texting or on social media, or again, being on Xbox Live rather than going out playing catch, football, tag, whatever kids like to do. They would rather be in the house and do things from the comfort of their own home. And this all comes from the source Maddie French, and she's from the Daily Universe. So there's a study by the FCD Educational Services where people who use too much technology actually have the same brain chemistry as some substance users. That sounds a little scary, doesn't it? That we think something so harmless like that can actually be that addictive to some people. So technology has been advancing very quickly, and even though technology has been changing society for the better in some cases, it also has some negative impacts when it comes to interpersonal communication. People no longer have to meet with their friends or even their colleagues when it comes to communication, and because of this, people are losing their communication skills or maybe not even gaining at all. Communication technology has made some positive impacts in society, but it's also made some negative ones psychologically, causing things like addiction and even depression. So next time you pick up your phone to text someone or share something on social media, think about what you're contributing to the decline of interpersonal communication.